Hello everyone and welcome to My Left Ear. I'm Carrie Freeman. I'm the writer, producer, director of My Left Ear, and this is a liberal YouTube channel. I like to do a little warning there for those who stop by accidentally. And Petey Freeman is in the house and he's napping and recovering, and if he hears me talking enough, he might come in and join us. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to talk about him. I'm going to give you an update in a few minutes. It is video 241 and it's Thursday, December 19th. So yesterday, Pete saw Dr. Farahani, I think, and the doctor said that he was good to go. So we drove there and we drove home, and I'll tell you more in a minute, more details in a minute. I wanted to make an announcement, and this is on behalf of a friend and a mentor of mine that has been really kind to me. So it's kind of like he was my good evidence last Friday when he came over to help me set up my GoFundMe. I got kind of gummed up there. And now I'm going to introduce him to my audience because he could be very helpful to some of you, and I'm going to place his information in my community section. Okay, so you don't have to write anything down. So the history is a few years back when I was thinking about setting up the My Left Ear. I found Patrick Hunter, and Patrick is a multi-talented media, I call him a mentor to me, editor and videographer. And he set up My Left Ear, gave me lots of good advice, taught me things. And I lost track of time. I'm not sure when this happened, but I'm thinking 4 years ago. And he, maybe 5 years ago, and he has continued to advise me. And as synchronicity and good evidence would happen, just as I was getting ready to set up the GoFundMe and I was confused, he popped up on my text. And I went, that's good timing, that's good evidence. So knowing that I was having a crisis with Petey, he came over and helped me set it up, and it launched a week ago, last Friday, and it's doing pretty good. Thank you. I'll tell you more later. So here's the thing. I want to support Patrick. So you don't know who you're going to reach here. And there is, in fact, some people on, if you Google it, there's a lot of people who are recommending others to set up a YouTube channel that it's very good for people. So this is where we're going right now. So he could help you if you're interested in any of these things, soup to nuts. So if you need a videographer for an event, he's an incredible resource. And I will post his details, like I said, in my community section. So Patrick's YouTube channel is called My Life in 360, where he uses a special camera. And here he offers an experiential view of places like the Sequoias and the Las Vegas Strip. Very entertaining, very clear. They really are terrific and fun to see, and the link will be in my community for My Life in 360. And then Patrick's other video business is called Creative Media with a K, where he specializes once again in the video production, but with experience in the entertainment industry. He was at Disney for a long time, and also to help small businesses get more exposure. And for those businesses, including social media posts like mine that have video. And that website is on my community section. So I want to say thank you, Patrick. He's very good. He's very reliable. He's very nice. And if you do contact him for any reason, you should mention my name. So there you go. All right. Now, Petey update. And this whole thing isn't going to be about Petey. I've got some runes, political runes coming up. Last Sunday, he came home last Saturday, or a week ago Saturday, not last Saturday. I'm losing track of time here. And on Sunday, I didn't like the way he was acting. I felt like, he's having a relapse. I really got panicked. He was disoriented at one point and wanted to pee on the sofa, but not much would come out, so it didn't do any damage. Picked him up, and he wasn't that hungry, and I thought, oh my God, he is gonna need surgery. That's where I was on Sunday night. So Monday, guess what? He wakes up improved. And I'm like, what is going on? So I left a message for the hospital, and I just watched him, and there were things that he was doing that were positive because I know him so well. And then Monday, so that was Monday, and then I talked with them late Monday, and then again on Tuesday morning. They said he was getting better and better. That's what I was reporting. And I was also giving him oral meds at home, which are not fun to give. For those of you who have cats, you know that. But we got him in, we got it done. So yesterday, Wednesday, I went to see Dr. Farahani, and I'm gonna put his information in case anybody lives in Southern California. And there was one subscriber that wanted to know if they could send the hospital a check. You know, I have to say, I don't think it's a great idea, but if you wanted to verify that all of this is true and Petey was treated there for over a week, you can call them, and I'll give you their contact. They were wonderful, like I said, just wonderful. So Dr. Farahani discharged Pete yesterday. He was in and he was out. And no more meds, very strict diet now, no variations, and thank God, I think he likes this food, and that he must stay calm. In fact, he saw him really quickly because he was going into surgery, the doctor, so he felt his stomach and his organs, and I brought in a picture of his urine in the litter box, and he said, good to go, get him home and get him calm right away. So here's the little story. It's okay driving home. He's in the soft carryall. And then a friend called me, and we started to talk. I've got a little Petey hair right here. That's what I'm doing. And it was a pretty active conversation. And all of a sudden, Petey started yelling. And it was almost like, get off the friggin' phone. You know, I mean, he was yelling, and I knew he wasn't in pain, but he was like mad. And so I actually hung up the phone with my friend. I said, you know what? Our conversation is stimulating him. So I got to get off the phone. I can just tell. So it got really quiet, and I sang in the car, and I sweet talked to him and kind of calmed him down. And it did. And we got home, and I got him into the apartment. Whoop, unzip, he pops out. And guess what, my friends? He was calm, he was happy, his tantrum was over, and I want to tell you, it was quite an acting job. I mean, he threw a fit. I don't say it was an acting job, but he was mad, and he let me know it. But he was okay. He was just annoyed, and I don't blame him. You know, I probably have to do a follow-up with doctor, but I don't want to do it for 3 weeks. I just don't want to put him through that anymore. So now the truth is, this could happen again. Cat owners know this, and if it happens again, then we might be faced with surgery. And I'll cross that bridge, but the campaign is doing well. It hasn't gotten me, you know, where I need it to be yet, but it's pretty impressive. So thank you, and if you want to share, please share with people. Now I'm going to go back to the news, and I had talked about briefly Pete Hegseth's disdain for women and disdain for women in the military. And I don't know what's going to happen with him. I mean, there's all these incredibly inappropriate nominees. And it's like, okay, which is the most scary, dangerous, and, you know, horrible? I'm not sure if it's Pete yet, but I think that Trump may lose one more battle or two more battles with his cabinet nominations because they're so bad for bad for our intelligence, bad for our military, bad for our economy and our health. I think that Trump really owes RFK, but I'm not sure if people are going to approve, because this is about our health and there are more viruses coming. But anyway, the point of this, to mention this thing I said about Pete Hegseth, is that I received a response from a subscriber right away. And this is what she wrote. It really touched me. I shared it on Twitter, by the way, but I didn't give away your identity. She wrote, "My beloved mother was an aviation machinist mate during World War II. She was a Navy wave. Mom helped land the planes and remembered all the hand signals until her death at the age of 91. Alice, that is just so beautiful. I mean, I even got goosebumps sharing it right now. So, excuse my language, but fuck Pete Hegseth. And brava to your special mother. Really, thanks for sharing that. It really was very special. Now, I asked a couple of runes things today. I'm not going to be using everybody's exact name. I'm going to be doing it in code, because I guess they're going to, I'm not an influencer, and I'm actually happy to say I'm not an influencer, because it's very doubtful they will come after me. But even so, I'm going to kind of use code, and you're very smart, and you will get the code. Will Trump and Elmer Fudd break up? Because they're having kind of a business romance honeymoon phase. So I got the rune of initiation. Now, this is going to sound, I want to warn you, this is going to sound up until the end like, oh my God, it's really good. But the end is the whopper. So stay with me here. They are in a honeymoon phase right now. Okay, so initiation tells us something is hidden. It's a secret. I'm going to say it's Elmer Fudd's secret, I think. And this rune called Perth is not gentle, and it's not passive. It clears a path for change. So these two are, they're collaborating on change. Mostly not good change. Perth talks to us about the unknowable in life. And Perth can be telling them, or Trump, your situation is far different than what you think it is. Swear to God. Swear to God, it's saying this. There may be things going on outside of your range of knowing, sir. Okay. The answers are beyond comprehension at this time. No matter how well we think we know the situation, there are important factors that are beyond us. It speaks of secrets and the unknown, hidden forces, unseen activities. So there you go. And then on the material plane, initiation is about surprises, gains, or unexpected rewards. Perth can be showing you where you have laid proper foundation in order to reap rewards. And I wrote currently. Okay, now we're going to go on here. All right. Wholeness. Now, this is another one that's going to horrify you based on the question. But wait until the end, because it's the last rune I picked. And my left ear asked, because I put it in red, is this like honeymoon an illusion? What's going on here? So this wholeness, it says, after traveling through the entire set of runes, we come to wholeness, that which our nature requires. They're in love, these guys, right now. It involves the impulse towards self-realization. Well, these are not people that are interested in self-realization, but it might be economic realization for them, tax realization for them. It represents the wholeness to which we all belong and are connected. which when you think about them, it's sort of laughable. But it's setting us up here. Through wholeness, a new, stronger, more solid and higher foundation is created. That's what it looks like right now. It is a rune of great power. It can elude to regeneration down the cellular level. But you may see fit to withdraw or retreat in the face of a pressing situation. And I'm identifying that's to the president-elect, especially if people or events are demanding that Trump expend more energy right now. Now here's the last one, which is the kicker. And I wrote in big red caps, collapse. And that's not the name of a rune. That's just me writing collapse. So this is signals reversed. Okay? It indicates missing the signals. So regarding the past or the present, you may be concerned over what appears to be failed communication, as well as a lack of clarity. So now we're getting to the end of this. Now the honeymoon, the romance, turns into confusion and distrust. I'm reading this. You may feel inhibited from accepting what is being offered, and we don't know that. We don't know if it's being offered by Putin or Elmer Fudd. We don't know, but something being offered. A sense of futility may overwhelm. But remember that what is happening is timely. Now, I want to call that karma, okay? Timely in your process. If the well is clogged, this is the moment for cleansing out the old. Consider the uses of adversity because it's coming. So that was pretty amazing, like good, hopeful collapse. Let's keep that in mind between Trump and Elmer Fudd. Now, one more question, because I didn't want to spend too much time. I didn't want to take up too much time today. Just what is the energy around Trump's health? He lost some weight. So I got initiation, the rune of initiation, in the reversed position. And it says, here is a counsel about expecting too much or expecting in the ordinary way. So when I read that, I feel like he's kind of coursing on a high, do you know? But the old has come to an end. I'm going to repeat that. The old has come to an end. And this is about Trump's health. If you repeat the old, there may be suffering. And who knows what the old is? That could be like snorting too much Adderall, because I keep hearing that continues. He's an addict. The old has come to an end, sir. I might call him sir, right? If you repeat the old, there may be suffering. Repeating that. Call in your scattered energies and focus on your own life. Do not dwell on outcomes or the past now. Be present. You may feel overwhelmed with exhaustion from meeting with obstructions, which goes back to something I said maybe 3-4 weeks ago. He's not going to get everything he wants or expects. He's just not. But it says you are reforming on the deepest level, so something's going on. Now, the second one, I didn't do 3. I got about his health. I got constraint, and that's about necessary pain. And I got it in reverse, about necessary pain. As part of the cycle of initiation, severe constraint, necessity equals pain. It's the great teacher, disguised as pain and limitation. It's pretty specific, is it not? It can bring moments of greatest darkness. So when something within you is disowned, that which is disowned wreaks havoc. And that kind of a general truism. It says it won't happen. It says a cleansing is required in undertaking the cleansing. Here are some words and phrases I picked up in this chapter about constraint reversed. Obstacles, dark, repressed side, troubles, denials, setbacks, holdups. Reconsider plans, which when one gets ill, one has to reconsider plans. And finally, there is a dark passage, a dark side to your passage. So there you go. All right, so now I'm cruising here, and I already told you I'm going to start playing with nicknames because I don't want to literally do ELON, you know, blah, 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 or DONALD. I don't want to do those just because there's algorithms I don't want to attract so much. I think you understand, and I think other people are starting to do that too. But honestly, he's going after these big guns that are just making a ton of money and have 500,000, you know, followers and stuff like that. So maybe it's good that I didn't achieve that yet. Now here we have quotes. This quote is by George Orwell from 1984. It's amazing. He wrote in that novel, "The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command." George Orwell. And then, I don't know if you've seen him. You probably have if you've watched MSNBC at all. But Tim O'Brien, who, it's like he's part of a financial publication. He's like really a whiz. He's written like 5 books. Trump sued him. He's sort of portly, very well-spoken. And so the interviewer asks him how miserable it was when Trump sued him. And by the way, Tim O'Brien won. But a lawsuit with Trump is not considered a walk in the park. And Tim O'Brien said, "My wonderful wife, who's an attorney, can't believe I say this, but I actually enjoyed the lawsuit." Because, well, he won, but he said, and I just wrote this down, I thought, what a great quote. "My lawyers shaved the bark off his case against me." That's great writing. I mean, that's a great quote. "My lawyers shaved the bark off his case against me." Go Tim O'Brien. And then the good evidence is that it would appear right now that the crises is passing with Petey. You know, I'm nervous because we've been through a lot, and I know this can just come back, you know, on a cat. So we're hoping and praying that doesn't happen, and I'm hoping to put away a little bit of money if it does, but him being home doesn't change the GoFundMe because the incredible debt is sitting there. So thank you for the donations. And now later, I'm going to send out, I didn't count, but I'm thinking maybe 30 emails to friends with the campaign. So I'm not done. I posted it on Twitter. I posted it on Blue Sky. I'm getting very little response from Twitter or Blue Sky. You know, people are just, I don't have a big imprint, and people are just really into what's going on right now with politics and what's going to happen to the country. But I keep trying and persevering until I've tried my best, and we are making some progress. So thank you, my friends. And that's where we're at. I'm kind of stepping back into, you know, what's going on in the world, and so on and so forth. And I'm moved to make a few comments sometimes on pop culture now, because I seem to be reading regularly that more and more people are colluding to create human trafficking. They're catching very wealthy, high-powered men in sexual trafficking. It doesn't even matter who right now. It's going to be all over the news, and it started to be over the news. One of them is from the clothing. It doesn't matter. I didn't write it down. And the other is a kind of a real estate dynasty with 3 brothers that they're in the jail right now, and it looks really bad. And one of the brothers asks the judge, "Can I be let out on bail because my wife is giving birth?" So his wife, and he's trafficking and drugging young women. Oh my God. It was turned down. So I've been thinking about Jay-Z and P. Diddy being friends, and Jay-Z being accused by a 13-year-old which happened a long time ago, of being drugged and raped by Jay-Z and Diddy. And she talked about a lot of details. Her credibility is coming into question, although she is represented by this high-powered Texas lawyer. And Jay-Z's attorney is like very good, as you can imagine, and very commanding. And he may beat it for Jay-Z. He may. And Jay-Z, there's this thing being kind of circulated, that according to Jay-Z, he and P. Diddy were just industry friends, kind of, not close bros or anything like that. And my left ear kind of wants to call bull on that because I've seen massive amounts of photographs of them together at Diddy's house and at events. I mean, lots and lots. And there's something about an energy of two people that hang together. It's like a physics lesson, that they share some same atoms or molecules because they are hanging together, like Epstein and Trump, Ghislaine and Epstein, Gates and the guy from Florida who's in jail now for doing all this underage sex and trafficking. And that's the reason. It's because of physics. When people are showing up at parties everywhere together and at each other's homes, and there's something there. And so it is, all I can say is, it is easy for me to believe that Jay-Z has participated in some of this stuff, even if he gets off of this with this 13-year-old, because now we find out that he has a son that was born out of wedlock with a 17-year-old female. And I guess Jay-Z saw her once after the child was born, and he's a young man now, and he's speaking up. And he looks a lot like Jay-Z, a lot like Jay-Z. Now, sadly, this young man's mother died. So we're gonna find out more. I guess if I'd have to take a guess about who the Senate may say, no, Donald, no, Donald. It's not about who I think it should be, but I think Tulsi Gabbard is on thin ice, and I think JFK Jr. Now, I think all of them are awful, okay? I'm just kind of going to my ears like, who do you think the Senate is going to go? No. And I'm so at least happy because we're getting threats on a daily basis, and Trump is starting a pattern of suing everybody. Everybody. He's suing this famous woman pollster in Iowa, or the Iowa Register. I don't know if the woman, she's very famous for being like the most accurate pollster, except this election, like me, like everybody you watch. And it kind of reminds me of like ever going, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. And it's like, okay, and you're being sued, and you're being sued. And he's assuming he's going to be successful, like he has been with ABC. ABC, had a meeting, and they said, we could just get rid of him for $15 million. And since he's going to be, I am not supporting, or is it ABC. I'm not supporting ABC. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm just talking about it. They just wanted to go away. They don't want to be bothered with him. They don't want to go back and forth. And this took care of it. Now, it's very irritating because, or enraging. We want to see these institutions stand up, but we're not seeing enough. But a good sign is that Ben Mysalis of the Midas Touch, which is booming, expanding, independent news, sat down with President Biden. That's who President agreed to sit with. And they had a wonderful conversation, and Ben did a really good job. And I was happy to see someone sitting with the president that will ask him the tough questions, but do it in a very respectful manner, you know? So it wasn't bootlicking at all. But clearly the Midas Touch wants democracy. Anyway, it was a good thing. And the last good thing, I could have put it under good evidence, except it's so smarmy, is that the Congress is getting ready to publish porn. You heard me right. It's Matt Gaetz' report. It's the binder on everything he did, and it looks like it's going public. That's not going to help the GOP. It's not going to help Trump. But yeah, it's coming out, and it should put Matt Gaetz back with his family inheritance and out of politics. So that's it, my friends. Thank you for being on this journey the last couple of weeks. I'm okay. I'm a little tired. I think you can see I'm a little tired today, but I'm okay. And Petey evidently needs his sleep. He will be back. I mean, I need him on the show, but this is his sleepy time. So thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. And in a few minutes, I'm going to fill out some stuff in the community section. And I have a few more pictures. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.